I need to make a flyer, but I don't know how. What am I gonna do? No worries, I am here for you. Today we're gonna be learning how to make a flyer using Canva in this Digital Den mini class. Let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Digital Den mini class. So part 5, the final episode in the series of how to make a flyer. Today, we are talking about how to use Canva, a program that if you haven't used before, you've probably heard of. It has greatly increased in popularity over the last couple of years as a place to be able to put together all sorts of graphics, mostly digital graphics, but there are some print options as well. And today we're going to be looking into exactly how to be able to make that flyer, just like the rest of the videos that we talked about in this series. Taking a look at the home page here, as you can see, there is a recent designs section here, but since we haven't started anything, there is nothing in that category. There's lots of different options available here for us to be able to look for a very specific thing that we're trying to create. Under the For You section, we have got our the flyer available here, but notably the size is a little different. It's 5.5 by 8.5, so it is a little bit of a smaller flyer than the one that we had been making previously, which was the standard letter-sized page at 8.5 by 11. But that's okay. It'll still work to be able to make us a flyer here. And I do want to mention that once again, Canva is a completely free program for you to be able to use, but there is a subscription service just like Adobe Creative Cloud Express that will allow for you to be able to get some more options and different content for you to be able to utilize with this program. So if you're happy with the free service, which is all we're going to be talking about today, then that's great. And if you would prefer to be able to have the subscription so that you can use, all of the bells and whistles, then go for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Create Blank here on our flyer, and it's just going to open a blank document with a bunch of different options available to us. Since it is still the beginning of the year, we've got the Lunar New Year stuff here. We've got some options that is just like a variety of popular flyers, educational ones here. But again, notably, there are some that have the Pro symbol on them, the same crown that Adobe Creative Cloud Express has. So just make sure that you are aware of that. If you are planning on using the free version, make sure to select one that says free. The search function, though, is something that works much better than Adobe Creative Cloud Express, as when we type in Valentine's Day, boy howdy, we get a lot of different Valentine's Day options here. So we are making the same fake party that we have been making throughout the entire series. So we're looking for something that screams Valentine's Day, but at the same time lets everybody know that it's a dog party, right? So let's go ahead and choose one of the ones that we had up here at the top. Let's click on this one. It says Valentine's Day mixer, and it has a picture of a lovely couple here as well. The background color is already really nice and works appropriately for us. But if we wanted to change it, we would just click this button right up here that says background color, and then we would just change it to pink or to blue or to whatever other color that we wanted. But the red is going to work really nicely for us. We have got some text here that we can change, and we've got some pictures, and let's go ahead and adjust it to be able to work nicely for what we are going to be working on. So I'm going to click on this picture here. I'm going to double click it, and it's going to show you the full size of the image. This is actually a picture that has been cropped to fit in this space perfectly, which is pretty nice for us. But ultimately, we're going to want something else to be able to replace it. I'm going to click on this Uploads button over here so that I can upload an image myself. But if I wanted to use some images that they had already available, I could either use the image here, or if I clicked on More, we could click on Photos, and then there's a ton of different options available there. And the cool thing is that it says Magic Recommendations here, and it actually shows you lots of recommendations for things that are similar to the picture that's already there. So that's pretty neat, and that makes it easy. But let's click on Upload, and we're going to upload this picture of our little dog here, just like we had before. And as you saw here, if I click and drag it to the location of the previous image, it's just going to snap to its location and adjust the size perfectly for us. So I don't actually have to do anything. So that makes it really easy. Let's go ahead and it looks like I accidentally adjusted the location of this. Let's go ahead and move that back. Just like Adobe Creative Cloud Express, it's going to have the dotted line in the middle there. That's going to make it easy for us to keep things nice and centered, which is great. I'm going to double click on this to be able to adjust the text. And I don't have to adjust it a lot because it already has Valentine's Day. We just need to change the word to party. If I can spell that right. There we go. Add the exclamation point there. Let's adjust the date and time that we have here. So this is going to be 2022. If I can get the year right there. It's going to be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so that's going to adjust that a little bit. And then we're going to say that this is at KHCPL. Let's come up with another fake branch location. I'm trying to think of another place in space, Pluto branch. All right, cool. So since there is more text here than was previously available in the slot, it's just going to pop it down a little bit. But because there's so much extra space in this template, that doesn't really bother us there too much. We can even hit the space bar here, and we can put that on the bottom, and that looks pretty good. I can even get rid of the little mark there. And we can do a little bit better of a job of centering where we want for everything to be. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Let's go ahead and adjust that. There we go. And to make that a little bit more in the center, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Perfect. All right, so we have got the theme, we have got the title, and we have got Celebrate the Day of Hearts. I guess that works, but we need to change that to BYOB. Bring your own buddy. There we go. All right, so we've got all of the exact same materials that we had on all of our previous templates or all of our previous projects that we worked on making our flyer. So it's exactly the same in terms of detail, but the quality of it is Canva, right? So since we've already finished the flyer, I want to show you a couple of the other things that you have available here. We can click on the elements button, and it shows a whole bunch of different shapes that we can add. Say, for example, I wanted to add a circle, then I could put a graphic in it, and I can readjust the size, and there we go. So I've got like a circle thing that makes it stand apart from the other pieces of content. And then I've got the graphic there that's like, wow, there's going to be cola there at this party or something, right? I don't actually want that, but that's just an example of things that you can do. We could also add like a square here, and then I could add the always and forever title there. And there you go. Now we're getting to a place where we're overlapping too much, and less is more in a lot of these flyer situations. So again, just like under the more section, there's a lot of different photo options available to us. We can click on the show all, and it'll show us all the trending ones for similar types of parties to what we selected under the template. If we click on text here, we can add headings and add like some font combinations, and it's got like all kinds of different font options available to us, so that we don't have to figure out exactly what we're going to want. But if we want to get like super specific with the types of fonts, we can highlight all of the text that we have on here, and then we can search through all of the different options that they have available to us. Okay. We can change the colors. We can change, all of the same stuff that everybody else has. We can click on effects, and we can even add some like neon to our text here, which is pretty neat, which I don't actually want to add. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. There we go. So none up here in the top left corner is how you would remove whatever thing that you added on here. We could add a glitch, or we could add echo, or any of the other options there, but let's leave that at none. I think less is more in the situation here. Now, the animate option, once again, this is going to be specifically for if you're creating some sort of like video content with your flyer. If this is something that's going to be exclusively online, that is going to be how you're going to do it. Whereas if you, if you're going to be printing this off, you're of course not going to need that. So the last thing that you'll do is you'll hit the download button, and then it'll suggest what you'll download it as. If you want a PDF, a PNG, JPEG, then go for that. Go ahead and download it, and you are all set and good to go. Let's go ahead and see how well this stacks up against Adobe Creative Cloud Express. Boy, that's a mouthful. Let's see how it stacks up against that and see which will reign supreme as the best flyer making program. All right, so we have finished making our flyer on our final program, Canva, here in this flyer making series, and let's see how it stacks up against our current front runner of Adobe and see which one we think overall is going to be making that better looking flyer. So starting off with overall difficulty. I'm going to go ahead and give Canva a 10 out of 10 on the difficulty here. I don't think it's physically possible to be able to put something together any more easily. Literally, when I put together this flyer, I had only used this program for just a few minutes prior to recording the video. So that was literally almost my first time using the program, and I was able to navigate it completely flawlessly, or almost flawlessly, without any trouble there. So 10 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. And that's going to go ahead and put it ahead of Adobe right here from the beginning of our competition, and heading over into time spent on creating our flyer using Canva. Once again, I don't think it's physically possible to be able to put together a nice looking flyer any faster than you can do in Canva. So that's going to be a second 10 out of 10 for Canva. So pulling way ahead of Adobe here in round 2 because, like I mentioned, this was like one of my first times ever using Canva, and boy howdy, that was fast. That was, it's really easy to be able to put it together, and very quickly as well, so kudos to Canva on that. Heading into the final round of looks, I'm not going to give Canva a quite perfect score on that for 2 reasons. One, because my goodness, the quality of stuff that Adobe does, it is a little bit better than Canva, so I've got to give the edge to Adobe in terms of looks. But the other issue is that there is no way to be able to make an 8.5 by 11 flyer on Canva, and so we're going to have to settle for a flyer that is a little bit smaller on the free version. So if you want to be able to adjust the size, you've got to resize it using the paid subscription version, and because of that, I've got to knock it a point, so we're going to go with a solid 9 out of 10 for overall looks here. Is it a gorgeous looking flyer? Yes, of course. But being able to create that perfectly sized flyer right off the bat for free gives an additional edge to Adobe. So that's going to be a solid 29 out of 30 for Canva here, blowing everything out of the water and winning in a landslide the competition of the best program to make a flyer. If you want to go with ease, Canva is the way to go, and that is my personal recommendation. If you want to go with the highest quality possible looking flyer, Adobe Creative Cloud Express is going to be my overall recommendation for that. There's just more options available for you to be able to get more niche with your customization, and there's a lot more intense versions of flyers and templates, and so the quality is just a smidge higher there, so that for overall looks, I recommend Adobe, but next to that, Canva, you almost can't beat it. So if you want to make a great looking flyer there, that's going to be what I recommend. And for the overall best free version, I'm actually going to give this to Microsoft Word. Because here at the Kokomo-Howard County Public Library, you can just pop in and use Microsoft Word for free, and get access to literally everything available. That's going to be the best, because with both Adobe and Canva, you're limited by what is available on the free version, which isn't everything. And so if you want the best free version, then Microsoft Word is going to be the best one available for that. So those are my recommendations. Feel free to still use Google Docs or Microsoft Publisher or any other program. There's still like hundreds of other programs available out there to be able to make that flyer. So whatever you're comfortable with is what you should do. But I hope that this lesson was worthwhile to you, and that you learned a thing or two, and I hope that you'll come back in February as we've got lots of fun Valentine's Day themed programs for you here in our Digital Den mini classes, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.